Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for the TNA Event Center report. And now here's the man to give you all the total non-stop action and impactful report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977, episode 2096, March the 15th, 2025, 12:48 a.m. As you know, I have Saturdays off, so I'm staying up late to do this video before I sleep. Before actually, I'm going to take a shower, put some clothes in the washer, and then get some sleep. Gonna be a lot of fun there. Yeah, check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the precipice WrestleMania season, around the corner and all that. But we're not talking about what happened in the WWE. We're going to talk about what happened at Sacrifice. It was over a few hours ago. Sacrifice was a crazy event, to say the least. The ending was even shocker. It wasn't even a shock. I think it was time, and we had a lot of fun. So, I'm trying to get words in this way. I think I'm getting tired. I think that's what it is. I'm getting tired of losing my words, losing my train of thought. But, I always cover, it was just a huge opportunity with SmackDown from Barcelona and in the European countries for the next 3 weeks. That means earlier start times and everything else. That frees me up with the opportunity to watch it on watch it on a live stream, and then afterwards do the video, but not upload it until after stateside, after everything airs on stateside. So that freed me up to watch tonight TNA Sacrifice, and this was a crazy way to start off, to kick off TNA Sacrifice on the countdown show. First Class, thanks to Casey Navarro's cheating ways, picked up the victory over the Aztec Warriors, Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr. So a little bit more on that situation on TNA Sacrifice, and it was supposed to start with the women's matchup between Tessa Blanchard and Lei Ying Lee, but it seems like Sami Callihan and Mance Warner cannot wait to tear each other apart and beat the snot out of each other. So Santiago's fine. You guys go at it. We'll get the street fight out of the way. And these two teams just beat the crap out of each other. These two guys beat the crap out of each other. There was one point they had a staple gun showdown, and Sami Callihan stapled Mance Warner's tongue to the turnbuckle. Ouch! And then in the end, while Sami Callihan was taunting Steph DeLander, that was a big mistake on his part, because Steph DeLander played a little bit of role of Mr. Fuji, God rest his soul, threw powder in his face. Mance Warner took advantage of the situation and ended up winning the matchup. And Steph DeLander claims he's still the digital media champion. The title was not on the line, Steph. The title was not on the line. Somebody call Santino and let him know that Steph still had that title, and do something about it. Cheapest. My goodness. My goodness McGinnis, let me tell you. So anyways. And then the women's matchup between Tessa Blanchard and Lei Ying Lee happened. Crystal Poppin was the one that created, sang the theme song for Tessa Blanchard, sang her to the ring. TNA Sacrifice took place in the El Paso Convention Center in El Paso, Texas, home of the late great WWE Hall of Famer Eddie Guerrero, Viva la Raza. And this was a heck of a matchup, and Tessa Blanchard ended up winning, and I'm sure she's going to keep an eye on the Knockouts Championship matchup. And Gene Miller was interviewing the Hardys, Leon Slater, Elijah Nick Nemeth, and Joe Hendry about Jeff Hardy's exhibition championship match against Moose, and the 10-man cage match. And then Ryan Nemeth came in later, and wait, the interview is over. And then he looked at Gia Miller and said, your bangs look awful. I thought Gia Miller's bangs look cute. Come on. She's got cute bangs. What in the world is... I hope Ace Austin smacks him a good one. That's Ace Austin's girl. But Gia Miller, I thought she was cute with the bangs and all. Sheep is Ryan Nemeth, little jerk. More on him. Meanwhile, there was a Lucha Rules Trios match, or six-man tag match, as Ace Austin and the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, went up against Wes Lee, Tyreek Igwe, and Tyson DuPont from NXT. And the Rascals and Ace Austin put this feud to bed once and for all as they picked up the victory over the NXT upstarts. Which I thought was pretty cool. Gia Miller interviewed Steve Maclin about his matchup against Frankie Kazarian, and Eric Young joins on commentary. And during the matchup, as Frankie Kazarian talking a little smack to Eric Young, which is not a wise thing to do, and he was about to use brass knucks, and then Eric Young took him away, and then used him on Kazarian, puts him back in the ring. Maclin and the referee had no clue what happened, and Maclin ended up winning that matchup. Meanwhile, Gia Miller interviewed Spitfire, they're fired up about not only defending the Knockouts tag team titles, but they have to beat up on the personal concierge, George Iceman. Oh my gosh. I don't know words. But, Jody Threat is funny, but I like Danny Luna. She's my favorite member of the team. She was really cute. I like Danny Luna. Then the Knockouts tag titles, Spitfire against the By Elegance crew of Ash and Heather with the personal concierge. Oh my gosh. And he took off his shirt. Tom Edison. I'm with him. I'm about to throw up. I look at George, the personal concierge. I said, dude, he makes Big Dick Johnson of DX fame look like a GQ male supermodel. Are you freaking kidding me? And he's doing the Alex Wright dance, and I'm like, what the bleep? And he had to wear the bow tie. He goes, and Tom Edison, for the love of Rockstar Spud, take off the bow tie. That's right. The only guy who could pull off a bow tie with no shirt is Rockstar Spud, man. Rockstar Spud is hilarious, man. I miss Rockstar Spud, aka Drake Maverick. The only thing that's going for him right now is having a hot chick like Renee Michelle as your wife. Seriously. I mean, come on now. Drake Maverick knows what's up. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the personal concierge, we have new Knockouts Tag Team Champions in the By Elegance crew. But we're not done with that yet, because the lights went out and some familiar colored lights was over the Titantron. That's right. Lash legend Jakara Jackson Metaphor just crossed the line, interrupting the celebration of the By Elegance crew and the personal concierge new tag team champions. So then it was Mike Santana against Mustafa Ali. I put Mike Santana twice on there. I meant to put Mustafa Ali. Give me a second here. So, anyways, Adrian Ochoa. Announced. Introduced Mike Santana to the ring in Spanish. Mike Santana came in a lowrider, paying tribute to the late Eddie Guerrero, and he was wearing the "I'm Your Poppy" shirt from the WWE. Since it was a crossover, why the heck not, right? Fans started going nuts, paying tribute to the late great Eddie Guerrero. And then the great hands of Tasha Steelz during the matchup got involved, and Mustafa Ali picked up the victory with his foot on the ropes. Once again, Ali says, "Oh, we're trying to make everything great again," and all that, and he goes and trips, and he goes and cheats. Yeah, like that's gonna go over big. Seriously? Oh, jeez, unbelievable. Then the Knockouts title was on the line. Maza Slamovich against Cora Jade, and Ariana Grace was joining on commentary, and Masha Slamovich does retain the title, but she will have Tessa Blanchard to contend with down the road. Then the X Division title in a ladder match was on the line. Moose against Jeff Hardy. Alicia Edwards got involved during the matchup using Kendra, the kendo stick, and and Moose ended up retaining the title thanks to retaining the title in that ladder match. Meanwhile, Mike Santana was confronting Santino Marella about Mustafa Ali's cheating. He said, "You know what? You want another match? You'll get it. You'll get it this Thursday. The Great Hands and Tasha Steelz will be banned from ringside in that matchup." And so he goes, "That's fine. That's what I wanted." So then, as they were setting up for the steel cage match, the main event, the First Class was showing up, addressing the El Paso crowd. They tried to get, they said, "We're doing the records thing. Who wants to try?" And they had one young kid, forget his name, and he goes, "You know what? You got a lot of growing up to do, dude. And dude, grow up. Seriously, he's a kid. Idiots." And then they started running their mouths until the Aztec Warriors come out. He says, "You're cheating," and all that. And they were about to brawl, and and Casey Navarro goes, "Okay, stop. And then only two female referees came out to break up the fight. Wow. Okay. But at least nothing much happened, and the Aztec Warriors walked away, and AJ Francis wants his song played. He wants to be played out, and he starts getting upset, crying and whining as usual. The Uncle Phil wannabe. That's what I call him. Anyways, then the 10-man tag match, steel cage matches happened, and it's sort of like Lethal Lockdown almost. They had the man advantage all along, the System and the Colognes. And then Ryan Nemeth, during the matchup, appeared at ringside. What's he doing there? And he distracted the referee, almost cost Leon Slater the matchup. Matt Hardy picked up the victory for his team over the System and the Colognes. And then the only two that were celebrating left in the ring, Joe Hendry, Elijah, and Leon Slater. Leon Slater came out, getting out of the ring, and Matt Hardy was about to go celebrate and all that, and he said, Nick Nemeth and him was celebrating until then Ryan Nemeth goes in the ring and tells, the referee's going to lock the cage. The referee's like, "What are you doing?" He's locking the cage. I don't know what he's up to and why he's locking the cage, and all of a sudden Nick Nemeth attacks Matt Hardy from behind, and the two Nemeth brothers attacking Matt Hardy. Joe Hendry, Elijah, and Leon Slater were trying to see if they can try to break it up, but Ryan Nemeth, being the brat that he is, starts fending everybody off with a steel chair. So there's that. And Jeff Hardy's probably too hurt to help out his brother after the ladder match, and it seems to me, I think the Nemeth brothers, I don't know, Nick Nemeth must have been frustrated that he's not world champion no more. He's been suspended. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get some answers this Thursday night on Impact, because I'm telling you, on TNA Impact, because I'm telling you, that's going to be a dangerous situation, to say the least. Well, that's all the time we have on this show, man. And it's, it's a good show nonetheless. I'm kind of looking forward to what will happen in the long run of the situation with the Nemeth brothers. Could be a battle of brother teams for the TNA tag team titles, and then possibly they want all the gold in the world. So we shall see what happens there. Too bad Jeff Hardy's not the X Division champion, because I'll tell you one thing, I'm sure the Nemeth brothers will love to collect all the gold in there. So we'll see. We'll understand why Nick Nemeth did what he did, and I'm sure frustration is part of it. So there's going to be more than meets the eye here. So we'll see what happens. So that's all the time we have on this show. TNA Sacrifice 2025 Event Center is complete. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, tomorrow we got Card Sharks. And like I said, on the David 3000 Network, going on this live chill stream that we might have. I might play a video game or something like that. Also, it all depends on... We'll see if Jordan has any updates on the his chill stream. Let's see if He messaged me. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if let's see. Uh, let's see. Let's see if he's chilling with Jordy this Saturday. Delay that for another time. Okay, so he's gonna delay it. So let's find out what in the world's going on here. So I think that's it. Ding dong. All right. So that's all the time we have on the show, and hope on this episode of the show, and I'm hoping that I'll be back tomorrow. Technically, today is tomorrow, but I'm getting tired, so my brain's getting. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.